The booth, Jeff and Jeff with the mic flow. Adam Green on the side, keeping it tight though. Radio waves bumping, making crowds go. Go Jeff yourself, turning up the hype, yo. Static crackles and the beats drop heavy. Headphones on, the atmosphere steady. Listeners tuned in, down, never ready. Let Chef Jeff cook, keeping vibes spaghetti. Jeff and Green, the dynamic.
I really could go for some spaghetti, actually.
Dude, I love spaghetti.
I love spaghetti. They keep making the Will Smith AI, or the Will Smith eating spaghetti, like AI, better. They show like progression. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Is it where you do that?
Yeah.
Love it. Brian Navarro, already calling in.
Already calling it, first caller.
It's all rock and roll. Put us on a three-way thread, Brian. Put us on a three-way thread.
I know.
I love it.
I always have to start it up this way.
Yes.
Jeffrey Show.
Who could be scared of a Jeffrey? My name is Jeff.
Welcome to the Jeffing Jeffrey Show live on Saddleback Radio. It's Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It is currently top of the 5 p.m. hour. I am, of course, your host, Chef Jeff, here to Jeff your evening up. And, of course, I got my co-host here, Mr. Adam Green.
Thanks for having me. Final solo show.
Final dynamic duo show here.
Dude.
Ooh, that's the wrong one.
Which one?
This one. I never use that one. Wait, this is another one.
That's a good one when somebody does a bad joke. That's where you didn't.
Yeah, I know. I should have.
That's the big.
Or
that's
if someone,
if
if it's like kind of like kills the vibe, like
Yes.
they say something kind of downtrodden or something, you go
like a soft
like a single
one.
air horn.
Single air horn.
Single air.
Or like crickets. Or yeah. Exactly.
I have the crickets.
crickets.
Where did I put those?
Search.
There is no search function on this.
Show search. Post.
I know.
Show,
I should have done this before. I was not prepared.
You should be ready.
On my own show
you should be ready
here
for everything at all times, like Joe Rogan. Exactly like Joe Rogan.
He doesn't have any. It's I don't get how in radio like they are able to queue up all these things. I should call them up.
Producers that are paid millions of dollars, dude.
Well, it's on them to get the sound effects going right off the top of their dome.
Exactly. They're
So,
ready. They're always ready. Those guys.
Buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Everybody loves your sound effects.
But I
We've
used
just
to-
been talking about them nonstop.
I put the crickets on to my Rodecaster Pro for when the transition happens. When I
rad.
when I emerge out of my cocoon and become a peacock.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna be a peacock in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So wait, what day are you gonna What day are we gonna start recording this? Is it gonna be on Tuesdays? Is it gonna be on Thursdays? When are we gonna go live on YouTube TV? Go.
I've been thinking about this a lot, but I think for now as long as you're available, we stick with trying to do live
Tuesday.
I think it's fun, right? It has a more exciting appeal to it. I think live is I keep saying this, and I'll keep saying it again. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I think that live is the greatest asset and it's obvious because cable companies hold near and dear to it. The app, every streaming service is paying up the butt for as much as they can for any live sporting event. You know, it like Netflix, anytime they do a live sporting event, it's massive.
Yes.
And so when they do that, I don't know. I just think that, like, I don't listen to any, I listen to the Woody Show, for example, every morning. But if I know that they're not live, I'm not going to listen to it.
Right. Dude, Seacrest is live-ish. I think he pre-records his little Ryan's Roses.
Yeah.
And they do like a couple
Some of that
other,
stuff happens,
like callings and stuff. But dude, yeah, live is so much fun. Like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
On the East Coast, when it's live, it's so rad. In living color. When those used to be on.
It's exciting. And also, like,
say we're
in
living color, but yeah.
Say we're like an earthquake happens and it's live,
Exactly.
We have to be the ones kind of transmitting the information to people, or helping at least.
And we'll have the video of it as well, because it will be on YouTube. YouTube stream? YouTube
Yeah,
live stream?
it's going to be on my live stream.
Right.
But then also I will repost the video as its own, and then I'll repost it on Spotify as well.
Right. We're not going to do any Logan Paul, like, narcissistic stuff. We're just going to do normal, enjoy your radio, cutting edge insanity excellence. That's what you're looking for, right?
Exactly. I mean, I think we don't know everything, but we're curious about everything.
Yeah, we like to talk about everything, and it's fun. And we're just going to kind of not educate, but we're just going to be like, hey, remember this? Hey, what about this? Hey, this is what's going on. Hey, let's talk about this. This is the hot goss. And, you get into all of it.
But we could also learn something together, too. You know, it's like we could, all right, well, what's this about? So we go onto like Wikipedia, find some sources, get some information, and then people who are listening or watching can learn with us.
Yes. Dude, because I was talking about how you had specialty people. We just had our house painted, and like I was talking about, he's like big time Instagram following and all this stuff, and he does everything, and he loads them up. He has like 2 million views for like spray painting the house and doing all this awesome stuff. And I'm like, dude, maybe you should be on the show and talk about how you do that and how you had this insane following and what these people are liking and stuff. He's like, maybe I could do it. He wasn't super interested, but at the same time, it's wild how certain things touch everybody. You're like, oh my gosh, dude, you've reached somebody, and you've reached a couple of his videos have like 2 million views, and you're like, how, dude?
Every person I've had on, and I'm sorry to toot my own horn on this, but every person I've had on has been comfortable. I give them the spiel. I make them understand what it is, and the fact that from the hours of 5 to 7 or whatever time it will be in the future, you will be fine. There's no danger that's going to happen to you.
Right.
Maybe you're afraid of embarrassing yourself, but like just own it.
Yeah.
And have fun.
Just come and toot it, because I toot my own horn all day on this show. It's all I do is just kind of toot, 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 toot.
So much tooting. It smells.
I love it. I know. It just
smells so much.
Yeah.
The studio smells full of toots.
Yeah, just full toots. No, I love to come talk, and I love to come talk to you, and I love to come talk, and just.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's listening. Maybe there's 5, maybe there's 5,000, maybe there's 555.
5 million people.
But it's still so fun, and it's still so
Yeah.
fun. It's still so fun to be here and just doing it, and then talking about current events. It's like I always say, it's like pre-gaming before going out.
Yeah.
It's like getting ready, and you're getting ready to go out for the night. You're like, hey, let's do this. All right, let's do our guy talk before we go out on the town. It's just so fun.
Yeah, it's like you're definitely put on the spot when you're talking live on air.
Yes.
There's no takes you can take.
Right.
You're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And also probably not think too much on it. Just have the conversation. I mean, I used to have that definitely starting out.
Right.
But, over time, you just get more comfortable doing it.
Were you doing a lot of shows solo at the beginning?
I didn't have many, but I did have some.
Yeah.
And they were just so boring.
That's where we lost all your viewership.
Yeah, one time
listenership.
I think the last one I had was like, all right, I'm gonna do so much news. I'm gonna news the F out of you.
Really?
Yeah, and
so you were all news.
So no, it was like
current events.
I had like 25 news articles, and then I would try to give my commentary on each one.
Really?
And by the time it was like an hour and a half in, I was starting to smell, dude. It was like I was starting to emit odor because it was such a
sweating bullets. You're this is so boring.
It was such a marathon of news.
Yes.
I was so newsed the F out of myself because it was just like you're constantly put on. If you are here,
we should
that
get
means
a news
that literally
anchor on here just to see if they could just rip and just stop, nonstop rip, just like fake plastic talk for like an hour straight.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. But I'm saying if you are here, it literally cuts my talking time in half.
It's a lot of talking, dude.
It's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I was playing a little bit more music, but I think I played up to maybe usually each episode is 90 minutes of talking.
Yeah.
And 30 minutes of music.
Oh,
so that one was probably 80 minutes.
Yes.
So I really tried to go Bill Burr status. Like Bill Burr does his own podcast and talks mostly by himself.
He is such a hot ticket right now. He's saying the right things everywhere he goes, and his opinion is such the hot take. It makes Rogan kind of look like old news, what he's saying, whether it be just life or politics or family or whatever it is. The guy is sharp right now.
He's probably second to Chappelle.
Sense. Yeah, he's making sense.
He's probably second to Chappelle on the biggest comedians out there right now.
Yeah, and you have Chappelle who might be so Chappelle might be pushing the limit too far for certain people, not for me.
Yeah,
but he's pushing the limit too far for certain people. They're like, no, I'm not going to listen to that anymore. That's too much. But at the same time, it's sometimes you got to hear certain stuff. And then you got Bill Burr who's saying it, and he's saying it from this different perspective. And you're like, yo, buddy, that's hot. You're doing it. Like, you're doing it. Say it again.
Bill Burr's able.
Like, say it again.
They're
Say
both
it, like, right now, man. It's
they're
hot.
both able to do that. I think. I mean, that's the skill set of a comedian. Is all right. Hold on for a second. I'm going to give you this heavy subject, but just bear with me and follow me along on this journey to what the whole joke is going to be.
And they can do it while doing it in jest, but in seriousness as well. So that's what the gnarly thing is. It's like, if you can balance the jest and the seriosity, is seriosity a word?
Hey, it's now officially a word.
You can do your seriosity. And you can totally do it.
That sounds like a song. Seriosity.
You know it.
You
It's
know
serious.
what? You
We're
plus
getting
me
serious.
equals seriosity.
But yeah, no, he can keep it light. He can do it with a smile and be like, hey, bro, what are you doing? Don't do that. Like, it's going like this.
Like the whole
don't-
WNBA thing that he talked
man.
about was great.
He's sharp,
But it
dude.
all makes sense, though. It's not like you can be mad at him for what he's saying.
No, why would you? He's saying everything, and it's all kind of making sense to everybody that's listening.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Good job, Bill Burr.
Yeah. I like.
Shout out to Bill Burr.
Shout out to Bill Burr.
Rogan,
big
your
time.
old news.
You really want to put him down, don't you?
I just feel that. After I think about Bill Burr, I'm like, I think Joe Rogan's. I think he's a little bit soft and.
I don't
light.
think he. I mean, honestly, like I like his podcast, but I'm not a big. I'm not a big fan of his stand up.
Yeah. Oh. Well.
Like he's never really made me laugh.
Oh man. So those guys. Okay. Here's a rad thing. When I used to be working for Barry Katz, I was working for Barry Katz. Like, this is my first job in Los Angeles, and he was the. He was a talent manager. I might have mentioned this before, but like, he had Dane Cook and Frank Caliendo and Craig Shoemaker and Jay Moore and like all these dudes, these hot dudes. Like, they were all the big time comedians,
Big ticket
comedians. And the thing about going to these shows is they have what the general mass population likes, but then they also have what is going to upset people. And then they also have what is just testing the waters material. They have all these different things, because I had to go scout all these shows when I was doing this for Barry back in 2007. And so when we were watching it, you're sitting there going, dude, you're like, and we went to one of Dane Cook's shows, and he was at Laugh Factory, and he, like, no joke, he was talking about a certain race of people, and he was saying all these things. And everybody was like, dude, should I be laughing at this? And at the same time, it was pretty good. Like, it was good material, but it didn't land. It was either the wrong audience, or he was delivering it wrong. And like, I remember he came into the office the next day, and he's like, wow, so I did those bits last night and those did not work. Like, it was so interesting.
But it was okay, you're taking a gamble on this type of material if you're going to talk about a race or a religion or a sexual preference.
Yes.
But if it's funny, like South Park does,
oh yeah, they hit
it's undeniable funny.
So those guys.
So if you do that correctly,
right,
then you can't be really mad at it if it's just funny. You're just saying a joke. But then it could be like tone deaf.
Yeah.
It could just be the people in that audience.
That's what I'm saying. It could be anything.
They get triggered and they're like, I shut down. I don't want to listen because you are talking about these one people.
Right. And so that's why you just go, okay, this isn't for the masses. Well, if you see it get shut down and it just goes iced, he's like, dude, it was my best stuff, like, on this whole perspective or whatever.
Wrong crowd.
It could have just been wrong crowd, but at the same time, you don't want the wrong crowd at your massive show. Like when he did Vicious Circle, when Dane Cook was doing Vicious Circle, that massive thing. Like, remember, it was like 2005 or 6 or whatever it was.
Massive.
That was so good. It was so good, and that was when Dane Cook was super, super large. That was rad.
But he wasn't he wasn't really testing the waters so much of certain subjects.
That was a normal exact comedy show.
Yeah, it was more of self-deprecating, more like the what was the one?
That was a scientifically formulaically perfectioned show, like, that he had been testing for years. Yeah, he had been doing work for like 3 to 5 years on
the Kool-Aid joke. That was
and then
massive.
it was a full circle. He brought it all the way around, and everybody's like, "Wow!" And it's like, no, it's called a callback, and here's what you're supposed to do. But it was great.
I think Well, I think even more now, the pendulum's going to swing even further where people want to hear the offensive stuff. And then the people that are going to get offended, we're just going to like kind of silence you. Not silence, but we're just not going to pay attention to you anymore because unfortunately the mass likes to hear it's just words that they're joking about something that, like, you should be able to joke about anything. And if you can't, then there's something wrong with you.
Dude, Exhibit A, Chris Rock and Will Smith. So Chris Rock said the wrong thing about Will Smith. Yeah. And he's like, he comes up, I'm going to slap you in the face, which is completely uncalled for. And there's been like little instances where it became people have been walking up on the stage and hitting one of the comedians.
They did that for a minute, but then that stopped. Dude, did you remember when the like crackhead that tried to like attack Dave Chappelle?
Yes.
And then he got stomped by everybody on stage.
Because you can't do that. It's comedy. If you're there to laugh, if you don't want to be there, you have to leave, man. That's your job.
You are literally
to leave.
You are literally electing to be there. You don't have to be there.
And okay, here's my thing. I don't even love going to stand-up comedy shows at all. Like ever since I had that job, I'm like, I don't really like this anymore. So I just don't go.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like I'm not sitting there. I'm
you
like,
don't have to.
I'm gonna walk out if I don't like it. I'm like, no, I just won't go. I don't care.
It's funny. They on the Woody show they do the Crossroads.
Right.
And they'll have people that will write emails and complain.
Yeah.
And it's like they'll play the Crossroads song and be like, all right, see you later. It's like you could it's the dumbest complaints, so out of context.
Weird.
They literally we're talking about what's the Space Link, Neuralink. What's the thing that's in
Neuralink?
The internet one that Elon's.
The outer space one.
I'm blanking on it right now.
Neuralink. Neuralink's in your head.
Well, anyway,
start with a V.
That's
Vision Quest.
Well, anyways, someone says, "Oh, of course you're going to subscribe to Tesla's Nazi."
Right.
I'm like, he doesn't maybe he owns it, but he has nothing really he's doing with it.
That's the whole thing, dude. People
dumb.
don't know that he's not the creator of this stuff. He's literally the marketing manager.
Yeah.
Like he's the face man. You're staring at this crazy guy.
Yeah, and also, again, when people complain,
make Tesla, you guys, he didn't make Tesla. Look it up. He didn't make Tesla.
And also, when people complain about anything, I'm like, okay, are you pick up your phone? What was it made from? It's made by people's like sweaty backs in a mine in South America. Slavery, basically.
No, they're made in China, dude. Look at
no, the where they get the battery power, the copper,
like the ore that they use for the battery power.
Yeah,
is it in South America? I thought it was over somewhere else, and I think
it's just in places where people are getting paid way under wage, not even like
and not treated well at all.
Not treated well at all.
Exactly.
So I mean.
So wait, where are you going with that? What were you saying?
I'm just saying if you're complaining about anything and then they're like, oh, I don't like this and like that. And then they're like, well, look at your phone. And like, do you understand how this was built or what materials are used to make it?
Battery power, man.
Yeah. So
battery power is,
So stop.
Yeah.
Do you care really? Like you just want to complain.
If you can complain if you want, but dude, then you have to get rid of your phone.
Yeah, they did a great Saturday Night Live spoof where like they started doing that, but then they like were naked by the end of the show or the end of the
because you can't have anything
because they couldn't have anything.
Exactly.
So
what are you supposed to do?
You're not. I mean, just life's not fair.
I say I always go like this because we drink Nespresso at my house. Or like we like Nespresso and we're like, dude, these things are supposed to be really bad. We'll just send them in for recycling. We're doing our best, and at the same time, it's the only thing where I am not willing to go, okay, I will save the world if I don't have Nespresso. I will just do hard coffee grounds. It's like, no, this is the only part where I'm ruining the world. I am doing Nespresso because it's my favorite coffee, dude.
Yeah, I mean, plastic.
That's my life. World ruiner is my Nespresso.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. I don't get mad at it. Like people do something or other, like anything that they get used to, their comforts or whatever, and then.
What's your world?
I'm trying
ruiner?
to think of one.
You have one for sure.
I was actually thinking about this. I'm probably one of the most carbon friendly humans that exists.
Come on, world ruiner. What do you indulge? What do you overindulge? And you're like, I don't care, whatever. Like you're like whatever, because that's Nespresso is ours. Where I'm like, that's fine.
I really try my best actually to try not to waste.
We are about to get,
because I hate waste.
Check this out. We're about to get like 15 more panels of solar on our house, so we're going to be fully self-sustained. No more Edison. Like
that'd be cool.
No more. Yeah. So we are going to be off the grid. And like you have to be registered with the grid, but we will be off the grid and we can actually power ourselves if like something happened.
Yeah.
And so we'll be stoked, dude. And like that's rad, but I will still order Nespresso. It's so good, especially you get the Kona, baby. The Kona from Hawaii. And Lauren Ashley, if you're listening, yes, the Kona. It's my wife.
Let's give a little shout out to
so
Nespresso.
Like Hawaii. Nespresso.
How do you say espresso?
Espresso. I'm just kidding. Espresso. It's espresso, baby. Espresso.
Let's take a little music break.
Do it.
We actually went 20 minutes, so we're just going to do one song.
Hot.
I'm not going to do a PSA.
Fine.
This is Go Get It by MFN. Stay tuned.
My name's Jeff.
Yeah, so I was not going to do a PSA, but then, people have to take restroom breaks. So let's just read the one right here. Between your job, your family, and other demands on your time, life can get pretty busy. Take time for yourself and schedule an eye exam today. You may be surprised to see what you've been missing. For more information, visit www.nei.nih.gov/healthy eyes. Yeah, did you get all that? It's again, nei.nih.gov/healthy eyes. Yeah. A message from the National Eye Institute and Saddleback Radio. And Green is back.
My name's Jeff.
And he is back live on the Jeffing Jeffrey Show on Saddleback Radio. It is Tuesday, May 13th, May 2025. Did I say May? How did I say that? Anyways,
May
it is
2025.
2025, and it is 5:25. Isn't that crazy?
Dude, it's crazy. School year's almost over for the kids, by the way. My kids aren't done in like 2 weeks. It's nuts.
Yeah, the finals for Saddleback here are next week. So
it's so amazing.
And
but when's school start for you guys? When's school back?
School starts back up, I think, late August.
So you're not coming back?
I'm not coming back.
Does the world know that you've already graduated Cal State LA? You're like Cal State LA
this
graduate.
again. I've probably mentioned this several times, but I do this literally for fun. I have a full education from
and it is so
Santa Monica
effing fun.
Yes, it is so effing fun. But I'm doing this literally for fun. I have a full-time job. I live on my own. I'm
college graduate.
College graduate from Cal State LA.
Los Angeles.
So Los Angeles. Great school. It was actually a good program. I mean,
Los Angeles.
I actually was I was fortunate enough to like get in and out when they were doing the quarter system, and it ended right when they started doing I finished right when they started doing the semester systems.
No way.
Yeah.
Semesters, I mean, I didn't mind semesters. I don't think I've ever done quarters. I think I always did because I did Saddle when it was semesters.
I kind of liked it because it's more rushed.
Semesters, and I did back to Long Beach State was in semesters.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never done quarters since high school. That was my last time. I mean, maybe 8th grade.
Yeah.
That too. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
They were doing quarter system for some reason. I don't even know why they were doing it. It seemed like everybody else had been doing
them. A lot of finals. A lot of finals then.
Yeah, it is a little heavy, but when you're like done, you're like,
My mom teaches here, and no joke, she seems to be working all the time right now. She reads the papers so hard and so intently. She's like, I'm locking myself. Critical thinking. She does critical thinking English here. Mrs. Green, Mrs. Denise Green.
Let's give a shout out to Miss Denise Green at Saddleback College. What class? Critical
thinking English, dude. Yeah, she teaches here, and she takes the papers very seriously. So do not take her class unless you want to work very hard. Like she really does it.
Does she? Oh, I thought you were meaning like what newspaper she reads. But
no. She reads all the papers that people submit because they have to submit all these papers for critical thinking.
And what are the average long? Or how many pages
I don't think they're super long, but she has to closely interrogate every paper. You know, I don't mean to say interrogate, but like she closely critiques every paper with all their what's it called when you put all the stuff at the bottom of each page, like
footnotes,
AMA, APA, or whatever it is, like the stuff where it says all your sources.
Yeah, you footnote it, right?
You footnote it with the sources.
Yeah.
It's like a certain
hated that.
or whatever it is.
Does she look out for ChatGPT stuff?
She has to. They plug it all in. So if you try to do it, you have no chance. And she's called out people, and she always tells me, she's like, dude, I had to call out this other student the other day. Like, it was a big deal. Like, blah, 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 And
they have a program that can identify all this.
Yes, of course. Like, it's all there. And that's the whole thing. And that's why I'm a big proponent of, I keep telling them, I'm like, Dude, what you do is you just go to class, make the class like the time when people actually write the papers. Let them go home and study, bring them back to class, and let them freaking write the papers there. You know what I mean? And make it happen there.
Yeah.
Go home, study. Here it is. Here's the study work. Go study. We're writing a paper when you come in.
But would they be able to bring in like notes? What if they need like a reference or something like that?
It's
off the top of the dome.
Like Sean Connery said on The Rock. It was all in my head.
But also,
all the map was in my head.
Can I argue that the fact that we have all these sources always, like when we don't have it, that doesn't make any sense. We always have the sources.
If you actually have to write the sources or like the way the source is written, I think that's fine. You could actually use the book or whatever you need to use.
Well, I'm saying like when you're writing something and you like have things around you that you need to kind of like read over and over again because maybe you're not good at memorizing. Right. I'm not really particularly good at memorizing stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need stuff around me to like, okay, I need to maybe use this and use that, but I can't remember on the spot. I'm just saying people are gonna like it's like having a calculator. It's silly not to have a calculator. You should always be able to have a calculator.
Of course. So I mean, I don't know exactly what to say there besides I think that anybody can sit there and write a paper, maybe have like a note card of notes.
Yeah.
And then you can actually write your entire paper if you have maybe a 5x7 or something like that, you know, and you're like, okay, I can write my paper because I have my notes right here and I remember the story of what's going on. But it's usually with critical thinking, it's actually a personal experience or a personal opinion. So you don't need much besides like, you wouldn't need more than a 3x5, Post-it. And you're like, dude, I could do this with a 3x5 Post-it because that's all I need. Because it just reminds me exactly what I was thinking when these are my personal opinions and personal experiences.
Sometimes I would just forget like names, or just like
for references.
Yeah, references.
Right.
You know what's funny is like, have you ever had like you get this in the exam, you get to bring a 3x5 card and you can write anything on it. Yeah. I was the master at writing the smallest answers. And I was actually pretty.
I'm going to beat you right now. You ready for mine?
And now this is not cheating.
Yeah.
This is just, I could write so tiny.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember at Dana Hills, do you remember Miss Sheehy / Miss McIntosh? She was the history teacher at Dana Hills 1998 for me. So graduated. Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know. I don't remember, but
we had a 100. Sorry, I apologize. 100 Scantron final. Yeah. I don't know where I got it, but I got the answers. This is not a lie. This is me incriminating myself. I got the answers, and I had the Scantron with every answer, all the A, B, C, D, E's, all the way through. I memorized 10 consecutive numerations, like literations of the letters all the way through. Wow. And I missed 2 on purpose, so I got 98%. That is a true story, I swear. Wow. And yes, if I have to go to jail for that one, I understand. But yes, I passed that test with a 98%, and she was like, wow, you really studied. I studied the answers. That's all I did. And I remembered because the thing was I just go A, D, 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 B, C, C. And like I remembered 10 versions of that in a row. I was good at actually doing like there's like a note card app. I can't remember it now. Quizlet. Mm-hmm. And I could. I had a teacher in Santa Monica, it was Cal State LA. Yeah. We had all the questions, right? And we would have the answers, and I would just study the answers. But once you gotta do, it's so easy once you have like a little note, like all the note cards and like kind of reverse learning. Yeah, it's kind of reverse learning. It's like I just
forgot it all.
That's what you're supposed to do as well. But no, that's what I do. I go to the back of magazines and I read the end of the magazine first, and I'm all cool. Then I go to the front and I'm all, oh, I kind of look at the back and I go, wait, I'm going to go back to that article because that seems interesting. Oh, because I kind of read the end before I read the beginning because I don't want to read the beginning and go, is the end going to be even any fun?
Yeah, but there might be like some passage or some like paragraph that's like kind of important to know in the middle.
Yeah, sure. And that's why, I mean, like the reason I go to the end to go, oh, maybe there's something cool in this one. So I'll go back. I'll go backwards. I'll start books in the back. Like I'll do it. I'm not.
I remember a movie.
I don't care if I'm spoiling the end. Not in a book or a magazine article.
You were like very protective of ends being spoiled for you in like a lot of shows and movies.
Mostly only for my wife. Because if I hear them, and then my boss, Mike Speck as well, shout out to him.
Wait, who? What's his name?
My wife, Lauren Ashley. And my boss, Mike Speck.
Mike Speck.
They both, if they hear anything that regards anything to do with the story or the ending, they get so mad at me. But like to me, I'm like, I don't care the ending, because if I like the ending, I'm like, oh, now I really want to watch it to see how they got there.
Yeah, exactly. Like
journey, baby.
Okay, Sixth Sense. Okay, spoiler alert.
Don't care.
Bruce Willis is a ghost. We all know.
So
I was
rad.
when I heard, I was spoiled from the beginning. I never saw the movie, which kind of sucks because like maybe it would have been fun to like watch the movie and then find out at the end. But then you kind of want to see like, okay, how does this all play out?
Dude,
like Fight Club does it. They started at the end of the story.
Fight Club blew my mind.
Yeah.
I still am blown by that one. That was so good.
Fight Club did that because they started the end of the story.
Yeah.
Or you can go to Memento.
Yes.
Where you're going from like the
Memento.
Yeah, I have to like watch that movie like once a year just because it's so good.
Because it's that good, dude.
It's so good.
So those are the ones where you can literally watch the end if you wanted to, or you can watch the whole thing and then be like, dude, I have to watch it again. Or you can watch the end and be like, oh my gosh, that's what's going to happen. Let's see how we got here.
Yeah,
and then you go back
That's
and
what
like, you bring me on the journey.
Out, yeah. Like Memento starts at the end, but it also has a parallel story starting from like at a time that's going forward, and then it's so you'll see this explanation that Christopher Nolan presents on a chalkboard where it's kind of like an arc.
It's a YouTube
and
link,
the top of the arc is like the backward story, and then the bottom arc is like the progressive like.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's
the way the storyline goes. The story, and that's what you could actually put when we do this show on on YouTube. You could be like, I'm going to put the link below just in case anybody wants to look at this link of how David Fincher explains this for everybody.
True.
Which would be so rad. You could be like, dude, check this out. Blah blah blah.
Check the subscribe and give it a like to my.
Subscribe.
I'm never going to do that.
You have to say it, man.
No, I don't have to say it.
Really?
No.
Okay. Don't subscribe.
I got
don't give us
reaffirmation why I should not say it, but
Tell
you
me
just
why.
sound desperate.
Tell me why. You sound desperate. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
If you're watching my YouTube, I shouldn't have to tell you. If you want to watch it,
Dude,
good. I love you.
Here's the thing.
If you don't want to watch it, don't. But don't be. I don't have to be like and subscribe. I don't. I sound like a turd.
Dude, I watch Miss Rachel. I watch Go Danny Go, and I watch what's his name, Blippy, and they all say like and subscribe.
Sounds
follow.
So.
It doesn't. It's just
cheesy.
like, don't forget, because if you do, you can find me again, and you'll know where to find me. And it's not that desperate. I swear. That's what everybody does. Everybody says it on every show. Like, look at Kristen Cavallari. She'll say like and subscribe. Please follow.
I'm gonna do?
They have to say
just
it, dude.
Ish on my comments. That's all I want you to just say the worst things. Cause I'm never gonna read them.
That would be funny.
I'm never gonna read
comments. You
comments.
can be negative about it. Be like, don't follow us.
Don't follow
like
me.
us.
Just ish on all over me. All over my comments.
Yeah, just listen and enjoy, dude.
Just ruin me.
Which would be rad. That's kind of fun.
All right, let's take a little break. This song is by Lord. What Was That? Is the name of the title.
Ooh.
You're live on the Jeffing Jeffrey Show. Will you start song, please? Please.
Lord's good.
Stay tuned. I love you all. This is the Jeffing Jeffrey Show.
My name is Jeff.
Let me just get situated here. Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a real ID. In order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID. Or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your real ID at tsa.gov/real ID. That's tsa.gov/real ID. Or visit your local DMV if you really want to take your time, and then you'll be cleared for takeoff. I'm going to throw this in here. All I had to do was submit some documents online and then make an appointment at the DMV. I was in and out of the DMV within 15 minutes to get my real ID. It was piece of cheddar, not cake, because I like cheddar. Stay tuned. Cheddar. It's a piece of cheddar.
Jeff yourself.
Oh, that's the wrong one I wanted to play.
Ooh, what
Yeah, it's something
beautiful
good.
scenery. Now I must take a selfie at this steep cliff. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Oh wait, I tripped and now I'm falling to my death. Now I'm back as a dumb ghost reading this PSA. Folks, when you feel the need to take a selfie, be sure you are aware of your own surroundings, such as a rock or a log near a steep cliff. After all, you don't want to be remembered for dying from a cliff selfie. Brought to you by the Jeffing Jeffrey Association and the Jeffed Up Council.
My name is Jeff.
Welcome back to the Jeffing Jeffrey Show live on Saddleback Radio. It's Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It is currently 5:46 p.m. Of course.
Jeff.
Yes, my name is Jeff, and I am your host here to Jeff your evening up. And of course, I got my co-host here, Mr. Adam Green.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to be here tonight.
Let's give him one of these.
We're probably the last ones.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have. We're saying last ones, but like
At
it's like
Saddle.
this is the last ones at Saddle. But I have all these sound effects ready to go in my Rodecaster Pro 2.
You better.
I am.
Yes.
I actually, it was funny. I wanted to talk about this. I had a dream last night that I was literally missing my radio show.
No way. So you were late or what?
Like, I think I can't remember all the details because obviously I wanted to write them down as it was, but like doing that would keep me up. I'm trying to fall back asleep. And what the funny part is, I'd fall back asleep to missing my radio show again.
Oh my goodness.
So I've never actually had a missing the radio
Catch-22.
show dream before, but it was kind of interesting. I was like in the middle of the radio show, but then I went up to leave, and then I was at some like Hollywood party where like Brad Pitt was there and
Been there.
Yeah, been there, lived that,
Lived it,
real life.
lived it.
I actually experienced some of that too.
Right.
And then like I'm trying to go back, and then my buddies from my valet days at the St. Regis took over my radio show.
Been there too.
But I was like, I have these reoccurring dreams. One is that I'm in school, which I'm not technically. Like I'm just doing this.
Yeah.
Where I sign up for a course, but I never attend, and then it's like the final paper is due or the final test is due, and
We're all good.
Green just fell.
Broke my metal.
So like I have a reoccurring dream where like because like I show up to everything I do, and I like me not showing up. It's weird that I have these kind of reoccurring dreams, and it's the same thing where like valet, where I when I was working at the St. Regis, I wouldn't clock in. I would forget to clock in.
I remember you told me about that.
Yeah, and I'd forget to pick up my tips. I'm like, don't I have tips at the safe that I got to pick up? And because our tips would get pulled, and we pull them up later or grab them later.
Dude, I've my reflections on this are if you don't mind.
Yes, I do mind.
If you don't mind, dude, okay. I mean, I'm gonna say it in the lightest and nicest way I can, but like, dude, don't worry about that stuff.
I'm not. It's just like when
you're subconsciously worrying about it. If it's in your subconscious and it's ending up in your dreams, then you're worrying about it.
I don't think I'm really worried about it, because why would I be worried about that?
Here's the light of it, and you are.
No, I don't think I am, because I don't worry about that. Because when I wake up and then realize I'm actually was just dreaming, I'm not worried. When have I ever worried about that? Those are old past jobs.
Right. But okay, so you were or
an old past job.
Right. You are, but dude, like, don't worry about that.
I'm not though.
You're not catching me. Like, so okay, you're having a dream.
I can't tell my subconscious to do anything though. Don't you have
your subconscious is very, very active with your conscious.
Yeah, but don't you have dreams that like are not just dreams, like nightmares or reoccurring dreams that are Don't you have a recurring dream
Okay, so yes, I do.
that you don't really enjoy?
But I haven't had it for like 15 years, like 10 or 15 years. And like, okay, so the reason is what you want to do is literally find out exactly what it means. So you can ask your AI friend what my dream means. Say I had this dream that I wasn't picking up my tips in time at my work and blah, blah, blah. Like they'll tell you.
Probably.
My wife will do the same thing. And like she'll ask it what it means and you can get different variations and they'll give you different variations of what those dreams mean. And so these are things that you're actually subconsciously worrying about. So you're probably, if I was AI, I'd be like, I think you might be worried about your money and you want to make sure your money's intact and it's going to be there when you get there. So you can pay bills. Like that's what I would think.
Yeah.
That's the easiest answer, man. And like, that's probably what it is. It's just making sure your money's intact so you can pay bills. Cause I was your roommate for 8 years. And like, dude, you always paid bills on time. And so maybe you were always thinking about paying bills on time. So maybe you're always, subconsciously worrying about paying bills on time, even though it seemed like it was nothing for you to me. To me, it seemed like it was just no problem at all. But maybe you were always thinking about it. I don't know. What do you think? Wow.
I don't know.
That's true, right?
I mean, it's good.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. But like, I think maybe it's good to have these reoccurring dreams. Also, I'm not like saying I'm mad about it. It's just like I have reoccurring dreams. They used to be worse where the world was ending, and I don't get those as often.
So if you ask AI, they'll tell you, or you can Google it as well. It's a normal thing, and you get AI generated message now because Google's like, hey, I'm AI too now.
Yeah.
You can ask, if I had a dream about the world ending, what does that mean? They're like, this is what it means. It means it's a new transition in your life. Like, it'll tell you exactly what it is, dude.
Well, I have like a literal fear of the Earth exploding and ending.
Why would you even worry about that? Because if it did,
It's outside of your...
you would die like that. Who cares?
But I don't want to die.
The only thing I would do is hug my kids and wife as fast as I could, and that would be it, dude.
Like
That's
that,
cool.
like those...
Just like,
what's
just
the,
like Superman, just like
what's
Man
that,
of Steel.
What's the name of the city that was under that volcano? And they have like
Pompeii.
They have like literal people like hugging each other before
Mount
they die.
Vesuvius, Pompeii.
Yeah.
I would just be like, cool, dude, whatever. The end.
Let's hug up, bro.
Yeah. What are you gonna do, man? It's like the world ending is like, all right, great, dude. It's too late. Whatever.
And you're like,
You lose. Good day, sir.
Willy Wonka, good day.
Good day. We're dying.
Oh my gosh.
We're
Have you
dying.
seen? Okay. Oh, if you're talking about hot goss, can we do hot goss? Don't even do hot goss, but I'm just saying.
Let's do hot goss.
Did you see the Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet kiss, the most recent one, where she goes in for 2 kisses and he goes in for 1, and she's leaning forward and she's like, give me more, and he's like, see you later.
Dude,
you see that one?
I didn't see that, but all I've been seeing
like
is
my
like
favorite thing.
she's like all up in his grill.
She's way
and
more
he's
into
like,
him.
And he's like, he knows that he's like the hot ticket right now. And any lady,
She's so
I mean,
into him.
she's you know,
He's
top,
Wonka, dude.
But no, what I'm saying, well, he's Timothy Chalamet, but also he's
I
also
don't
like the
care
star
about
of.
that.
He's also the
Wonka.
star of Dune, you know. But
I don't even care about that.
I do.
I know.
But
You're
I'm
the
saying
Dune guy.
like
That's
she's
why.
also, A-lister. Not I wouldn't say A-lister like film, but like
Yeah.
I'm saying like she's top of the line chick.
She's she's trendsetter.
Yeah.
She's a massive fashion
and she's
trendsetter.
hot.
And
But
like, dude, if I was
I
gonna
would never
say,
date
I
would never date a Kylie Jenner though.
But dude, listen.
Or Kylie, yeah.
Yeah, Kylie. They kind of made big butts cool. Can I say that on the radio?
Hey, I'm all for the
they
cake.
kind of did that, dude.
I'm all
they
for
kind
the
of brought
cake.
it back.
Let's give a shout out to Cake.
Because they were saying for a while that it was like, it had to be like the model thing, but then they kind of brought the butts back.
Because it's like the classic hourglass situation.
But yeah, massive.
Yeah.
It's 2 hourglass. 3 or 4 hourglass.
Well, yeah, maybe it could be going a little bit
Couple more
above and
hours.
yeah. I mean, but
yeah.
some girls are just born with it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I'm trying to say is like they did a good job with all of that. But I think Chalamet has this rad rep, and
And then Chalamet on the other
know.
end, he's like some skinny twink.
he really is.
He's not like Chris Hemsworth or
No
Jason
one's-
Momoa at all.
But he does know his stuff. He does know his stuff.
And he's a sweetheart.
He knows his sports. He knows
Great
his,
personality.
Yeah, he's a super sweetheart. Everybody actually really likes the guy.
Yeah, I like him too.
Like his Nardwar. His Nardwar.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, anybody if
Exactly.
anybody who knows who Nardwar is, he's like some geeky dude that is like obsessive. He like obsesses over each celebrity that he interviews.
Yes.
Gives him these really creepy. It's like
really good interviews.
these really good gifts that it's almost creepy, but it's like, wow, that's so thoughtful.
like Hot Ones interviews.
Yeah, Hot Ones is like a level below that, but he's
agreed.
also known for his really good questions on Hot Ones.
Yes.
But Nardwar is like this really goofy dude, and there's this great interview that he does with Timothy Chalamet at the record
Do like
store.
Sandler. Do like Sandler.
Timothy Chalamet.
That's really good.
And he does a whole interview with him at a record store.
Yes.
And Timothy Chalamet is a sweetheart. He's like a total kind of humble dude.
And he knew everything that Nardwar was talking about.
Yeah.
He knew how to approach Nardwar, and he knew exactly what to say to him and how to like speak with him on his level.
But you look at him and then you go like look at a guy like Gerard Butler,
Yes.
who's like a manly dude.
Right.
But like I guess don't girls want that still?
Of course.
But like they don't. But like Timothy Chalamet is like kind of on the complete other spectrum of.
But he's cool.
Yeah.
But he's cool, and cool always wins. It's like James Dean. He wasn't like ripped or anything, but he was like cool, dude. He's
yeah.
cool. And then your boy Chalamet went on.
Your boy.
He went on Pat McAfee and did all this sports stuff, and he nailed all that too. Like he's so sharp and astute with all
What
of his
sports?
facts. He did football. He knew college football better than like anybody. He knew exactly what was going on. And Pat McAfee's like, dude, are you for real? And he's like, what? He's like, I pay attention. I'm like, I'm watching.
I would never. College
Yes.
sports is a little bit too much for me. I don't think I could ever get into college sports.
Dude, and I was listening a while back, but I don't watch anymore. And
Yeah.
so, but he was going back to New York style. Like, look at Chalamet's history of New York, of like who he's dated and what he's done. It's very interesting. I can't remember it like off
Who
the
was
top
it?
of my
Who was
head.
he dating before?
You got to check, because I remember it was very interesting. I read it and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. I didn't know he was dating her. Or he was living with another like actress or actor. Like,
Yeah.
he was crashing on somebody's couch for a while.
Yeah.
The guy's got this rad past where it makes sense of why he's massive.
And
And
he's
like
such a skinny boy.
and he absorbed all this info though. He absorbed all this intel,
Yeah.
and info and like
So he-
persona.
So he deserves the quality of life that he has currently.
Yeah, he's not from nowhere. It's like he's like DiCaprio. It's the same thing. If he does what he does, he's going to
You
do it
okay?
right. Yeah. If he does what he does, he's going to do it right. He's going to do it very well, and that's the point, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a fan of his. I'm just saying. Well, I'm also skinny. I'm on the skinnier side. I'm not like I'm no Jason Momoa
You're
or
like
Chris Hemsworth.
320, all belly.
Yeah, I'm just losing my. I'm just starting to become an accordion. Bald. I'm just losing everything. All my
Size
attractive
15
qualities.
feet.
Yeah,
Only wide, 15 wide.
15 wide, just a 1 inch long foot.
1 inch long foot, 15 wide. Yeah,
I'm actually a different human.
you're a hustler. You're a hustler.
You literally described like an alien human.
It's like shaved polar bear, like a
I'm a shaved polar bear.
bear.
I actually can run faster. Like I
Yeah,
can run like as
very
fast as a
fast.
hippopotamus.
If you Google a shaved polar bear, it's pretty funny, by the way. It's
I
like,
think I've seen that.
like Gollum, but like a little thicker.
Yeah, all
Pretty
shaved
funny.
animals are hilarious to look at.
Yes.
They look so creepy.
Yes. Always.
Like there's like the white fluffy dogs. I guarantee you they wouldn't look as cute when they're like all shaved.
No way. Oh, dude, our dog looks so silly when she's even in the shower. We're like, dude, she's got like a little multi-poo, and she's like,
It's funny interacting with your dog. It'd bark at
what'd you
you,
think?
but
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to go. And you got to like force the pet, and then all of a sudden it's
yeah.
like, ooh yeah,
Exactly.
ooh yeah.
Oh, they're so, and
they
they like
just need
close
to
their
chill.
eyes. And oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. They just
Exactly.
they just need to chill. Like I literally experienced this with like another.
Well, you had a Chihuahua, right? Yeah, you had a Chihuahua.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he never would run up to you and bark unless you would only bark at children and other big dogs because he's
Only
so
in children. He's all get out of here.
All right.
Too young.
5 seconds. We're gonna do the legal ID.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ready. Do
Now.
With today's best jazz.
KCSN HD2 Northridge. KSBR HD2 Mission Viejo.
Online at ksbr.org.
Turn the dial to the sound you need. Jeff and Adam taking the lead. Every weekday groove, you know. Tune in live to the radio show. Go check yourself on every beat. Feel the vibe, can't take a seat. Let Chef Jeff cook up a rhyme. Adam Green in perfect time. On the airwaves making noise. Jeff and Adam, they're your boys. Smooth conversation late at night. Bumping tunes, it feels so right. Go check yourself on every beat. Feel the vibe, can't take a seat. Let Chef Jeff cook up a rhyme. Adam Green in perfect time. On the airwaves, making noise. Jeff and Adam, they're your boys. Smooth conversation late at night. Bumping tunes, it feels so right. Go check yourself on every beat. Feel the vibe, can't take a seat. Let Chef Jeff cook up a rhyme. Adam Green in perfect time. From the city to the burbs we shout. Dynamic duo, there's no doubt. Pouring flavor on the flow. Jeff and Jeffrey's got the show. Catch them live, it's pure delight. Morning, noon, and late at night. Bands are quick, the joke's on point. Rocking every single joint. Go check yourself on every beat. Feel the vibe, can't take a seat. Let Chef Jeff cook up a rhyme. Adam Green in perfect time. Go check yourself on every beat. Feel the vibe, can't take a seat. Let Chef Jeff cook up a rhyme. Adam Green in perfect time.
The Jeffing Jeffrey Show.
Who could be scared of a Jeffrey? My name's Jeff.
Yeah, welcome back to the Jeffing Jeffrey Show live on Saddleback Radio. It is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It is currently the top of the 6 p.m. hour. It is almost 6:03 p.m. It does not get more live than that. I'm, of course, your host, Jeff, here to Jeff your evening up. Of course, I got my co-host here, Mr. Adam Green.
Chef us, Jeffrey. I'm Jeff Adam.
I'm so jeffed up.
Exactly. Do it. Jeff us. Jeff away.
Yeah, Jeff away this evening. I hope you are having a lovely Tuesday evening. The weather is actually quite nice. It got hot and then it cooled down. I'm looking forward to the heat, but also for my sleep purposes, I don't want to be running the AC all the time, driving up that electricity bill, and sleeping with just natural air coming through the windows. I enjoyed that mostly.
What? Okay, wait. Okay, so the natural air does actually flow through your house, like front door?
Yeah, I just open windows.
And do you open your door to your room? So you're
No.
like, why not?
I cannot sleep with my door
No
open.
way. No way.
No.
Because when we lived in LA together, I used to come in and just beat you, like punch.
Yeah, that's why I had to lock my
I
door.
know, dude.
I was
I'm like-
afraid of the nightly beating.
It was so crazy.
Lay
Like
down.
I felt so safe in our apartment all the time in LA.
Yeah,
like,
but didn't you still slept with your door closed?
absolutely. But at the same time, like with that closed, I felt so safe. I don't know what
Yeah.
it was. Do you feel safe too? Like
I feel
think
safe because it's like because I think I'll wake to my door being open.
and the bars on the windows really helped. Like they were hidden bars. Everybody doesn't know us from they even live. They never came and visited us.
I liked having those bars.
I did not mind them at all because it made it so like somebody couldn't just crawl in the window. So
Yeah.
we had these secret bars that were on the interior of the window, and like nobody could actually do.
They would blend in with the blinds because they were like those long panel
so
blinds.
you couldn't tell.
Yeah, you couldn't really
tell they were there. And we were in WeHo, like we were in West Hollywood in a really nice area, but at the same time, it was so nice to have that because we had a really strong like screen door made out of like wrought iron or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the rad bars in the windows, but nobody knew they were there. But you could still open the shutters and be like, oh, it's a beautiful day. There's no bars on our windows, but there was. And like, it was so
we never
rad.
really had anybody. There had never been any incident of anybody approaching
Only
our.
Andy Dick. Only Andy Dick just comes banging on doors because he used to own the building that we were at.
Yeah, he actually, I don't think did he ever come by? I never witnessed him come by.
I
after.
never did, but he banged on our door and then he went up to Stephen Hall's upstairs.
Really?
Yes. And then they said, yeah, he banged on your door. And like I think Robert Anthony told us, he goes, dude, Andy was banging on your door as well. And then we brought it up to him that one night that we saw him at the New Year's party.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Probably can't bring up so much of the details.
that
of that
story's just way off the record.
Yeah,
so yeah, it's
kind of
very funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that happened that night.
Way off the record.
Yeah.
But yeah, hilarious story.
Let's. I want to get into this news because I think you'll appreciate this.
Do it.
News.
In a landmark decision, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred
Yes.
has posthumously reinstated Pete Rose,
Yes.
Shoeless Joe Jackson, and others from baseball's permanently
Finally.
ineligible list. The move, ending punishments upon death, opens the door for Hall of Fame consideration as early as 2028. Rose, MLB's all-time hit leader, and Jackson, infamously linked to the 1919 Black Sox scandal, were long denied entry due to gambling. Manfred, am I saying it Manfred or not Manfred?
Manfred, that's right.
Okay, Manfred stated deceased individuals no longer pose a threat to the game's integrity. It's kind of silly in that regard. The Hall's Classic Baseball Era Committee will determine their fate when next convenes in 2027. For Rose's supporters, hope is finally alive.
Bring it.
I don't know if I necessarily like this on the fact that like he just died. Could they have given it to him a year ago, but they decide a year? I mean, this whole thing where he has to die so he'd never have influence on the game is such a wild and crazy way, an extreme way of, doing things. I mean, I know that baseball and cheating is basically death. Because that's like it's well known that in baseball and cheating is death, but
what Jeff means is if you take steroids, you can't ever be in the Hall of Fame, which is like Barry Bonds, and if you gamble on baseball, you can't ever be in the Hall of Fame. But now these people in death are allowed to be in the Hall of Fame. Please expand. Sorry, I was just
No, you're right. Well said. I'm saying, I didn't articulate the fact that he was gambling, but like the implication is he could have been cheating in some sort of way with the gambling. But there was like he was gambling to win on his own team.
Yeah.
Which is so silly. And then also Shoeless Joe Jackson shouldn't have gotten that. I guess he accepted money because maybe he felt pressured to accept money on his own team. I don't know the whole story of that.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Well, Shoeless Joe Jackson was very undereducated, and so he had no idea what he was really signing as far as everyone's concerned. No one, if you watch the movie 8 Men Out, he kind of didn't know what he was agreeing with, and he still played hard. And if you look at his numbers, and I think the 1919 World Series that the one that he was supposedly throwing, he was still batting like 353 and hit a couple of ding dongs. And
no errors.
No, he was perfect, and it didn't matter. So.
But he accepted money.
He accepted money, and he didn't know what he's accepting.
He accepted
$5,000. He was very
$5,000.
not smart. Yeah, he was very not smart. So the whole point. Okay, so I don't know. Go ahead and expand if you want me, unless you want me.
Go for it.
Color. Okay, so Pete Rose everybody was waiting for this guy. Everybody in baseball, especially Robert Manfred, was waiting for this guy to die so he could actually say, okay, cool. Now that you're dead, I will let you in the Hall of Fame. And I told all my friends this. I've been claiming this since the beginning. They're just waiting for him to die so they could say yes. And this is why, like, there's certain reasons, like, and certain things about baseball where you can't do certain things. And the whole thing was, okay, so I kind of connect it with the Shohei. And this is my opinion, not fact, that I think Shohei was gambling and his boy's just his cover man. So I'm sitting there going like this. I go, I will not like Shohei until Pete Rose is accepted into the Hall of Fame, which is exactly where we're about to go. So I will like Shohei once Pete Rose is accepted in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because Pete Rose is one of the hardest baseball players, the most, white-knuckled, hard-hitting. His nickname's Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
He is gnarly, man. He is crazy, and he will never stop playing so hard. And he is destined for the Hall of Fame.
Did he actually?
Especially Joe Jackson too.
I was reading the whole ESPN article where he was saying they were saying that he got caught for gambling as a manager of the
he was
Reds.
A coach player. He was a coach player.
But was it also confirmed that he also gambled as a player?
Yeah, he was a coach player. I'm sure. I don't know if it was confirmed, but it was harder to track back then than it is now. It's so much easier to track now. And that's why they kind of knew when they're like, okay, the bet came from here, which is Shohei's hometown, which is where Shohei's from.
Oh, I was talking about Pete Rose.
I know, but I'm connecting it. It's like nowadays they can do that. The Pete Rose one, they don't know exactly how or what, or like, it was kind of like he placed a bet over here, and maybe it was a liquid bet, or he had a bookie and they found the bookie. I don't know the exact story, but to me, it was just as much evidence, to blame Pete Rose for gambling as it was to blame Shohei for gambling. I think it was that close.
Yeah.
And I think Shohei's a great baseball player, but I think Pete Rose is a great baseball player too.
Shohei's a classy. I can't see It's like kind of funny, like. I look at his etiquette, how I mean, maybe they're just doing a really good publicity job, or maybe he knows how to do publicity.
Oh, dude.
But like maybe this one thing is gambling or something.
Yeah. Dude.
I don't know.
I'm sure he's got to have a vice, dude. He's got it.
You can't be like that well composed and not have something.
Straight up. What do you want me to say? Like, yes.
Yeah, that's like the whole what's his name? The British Prime Minister. I never trusted a man that didn't have a vice.
Which one? The latest.
The guy that had all the vices.
I know.
I always forget his name.
Not Hugh Grant on Love Actually, but
the guy that Gary Oldman played.
I know, the handsome dude, right?
No, the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh, Truman? Not Truman. What's his name? The guy during World War II, right?
Yes.
I can't think of
I'm gonna get his name right now because
Roosevelt.
It is the dog. Winston Churchill.
Churchill. I was just saying Roosevelt.
Winston. Let's see what the actual quote is, so then we can quote it. Vice quote. We're gonna look this up right now. It's just so we can accurately find it. Sorry, this is dead air, everyone.
No, it's fine because the mayor just hit, who's actually supposed to be on the night.
He's listening right now.
Interjection. Yeah.
Let's give a shout out to the Dana Point Mayor, Matt Pagano.
And that's what I said. I go, we'll give you a shout out. Hold on. Like, I was just waiting for him to tune in, but so give him one more second. He'll probably tune in. And he was supposed to be on the night, and we would have loved to have him. But his son was playing, I think, either a playoff game down in Dana Point baseball because, he's Dana Point Mayor. And so is of course, there's no politics that your son made the All-Star team. I'm just kidding. Your son drops bombs. The kid's a stud. And
give me for what league, for
Pony.
What team?
He's pony ball. He's going to be an all-star. I don't know if the bomb that I saw, he sent me a video of his son dropping a bomb at the pony field at Dana Point Baseball, but I don't know if that was an all-star game or just a regular season game.
So he's in like 8th grade?
Yes, because you can't be in high school yet.
Yeah.
So he's either in 7th or 8th grade. Yeah.
Let's give a shout out to Matt Pagano's home run bombers.
Jameson
Pagano?
Yeah, exactly.
just drop it all the high porn.
So hopefully they're listening.
Explosion.
And if he tells me he tunes in, then I'll shoot him
he's
another
not
shot.
tuned in.
No, that's what I'm saying. He said, "Hope you guys crush tonight." I said, "Tune in. I'll shout you out."
I just
said,
gave
"You're
all
on."
those
I didn't
high
say
porns.
he was on yet.
All right,
I
so
don't
Winston
know.
Churchill, this is
Okay,
what he
Winston-
says.
yeah,
He
go
says,
back.
never trust a man who is not a single redeeming vice.
There you go.
So,
But Pete Rose has tons of redeeming anti-vices because he was so great at baseball and he loved baseball so
Yeah.
much and he played so hard
Charlie
he never
Hustle.
stopped. And so Charlie Hustle. And so the same thing that because there was actually a guy named Charlie Huff. And there's a picture named that was a knuckleballer. But the same thing with Shoeless Joe Jackson. He was the same guy and he would never stop trying hard. And that's what he did in the World Series where he was supposed to be throwing it. He just accepted money. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a hard one to decide.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why Field of Dreams had such a redeeming
I love Field of Dreams.
feel. Like it's kind of like how it's like the or it's like a Quentin Tarantino written movie where you like kind of wish this is what you saw happen, or at least his ghost had some closure.
On a rad callback of Pulp Fiction, because you were talking about Memento, I think Pulp Fiction started that story twisting version of a storytelling of a movie, which was so cool.
Where it also starts at the end.
Exactly, which was so rad. And you're like, dude, Pulp Fiction did that first. And then Christopher Nolan goes, dude, we can do this. He's like, let's do it. You know? And he's British, right? And he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, finally we can do this. He's like, I've got this rad idea, which, dude, he nailed. Like he absolutely perfected. But Pulp Fiction with Quentin Tarantino doing it was so rad too.
Stand By Me.
Oh my goodness.
Stand By Me starts at way and then he talks about a story that happens way.
Exactly.
That's not like really the same thing.
No, but Stand By Me is so rad too, though. Like, what a great movie.
Sandlot.
I love Sandlot. It's not the end.
No, but I'm saying,
But
remember
it
Stand
goes
By Me?
timeline.
Stand By Me, it starts off when he's older.
Yeah.
And then the story that happens when he's a kid.
Right.
Same with
it's a flashback.
Sandlot.
That's a flashback.
Flashbacks to
it's
the
flashback.
story. Yeah.
That's flashback. This one's like storytelling where they piece it together and they can flip the story. You don't know when's when until you watch the end. You're like, oh my gosh.
Did you see the tennis one recently with
your girl? With Spider-Man's girlfriend?
Yeah.
I did.
You know what I hated? It was just too much.
A lot of it?
It was like 2 years ago, 1 week ago, 3 hours ago, 1 day ago. And it was just like,
do you know what they were doing with that? Tennis. They're all 2 days ago, 1 week ago, 3 weeks ago.
Was that explained?
Yeah, no, but that's what that was. The way you said it right there just made me realize that's exactly what they're doing.
I don't know about that.
Tennis balling back and forth.
I didn't think it was a terrible movie.
Dude. Mayor Matt is listening. Mayor Matt is tuned in.
Let's give a shout out to Mayor Matt Pagano here.
You know it. And then give a shout out to Jameson Pagano too for dropping bombs.
Let's give a shout out to Jameson Pagano for hitting those nasty home run bombs. And let's follow up with a sweet explosion.
Give him a da-dun-da-da.
And then you know what you should do?
Throw him a da-dun-da-da because you give me the da-dun-da-da. If you give me da-dun-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Shout out to Matt Pagano's son, Jameson Pagano.
There you go, baby. There you go.
You know what he should do?
Man.
I'm trying to find the. So when Jameson Pagano hits a home run, he should go,
You never had me. You never had your car.
You never had your car. Matt did send me the video of Jameson walking, like I'm not running around the bases, but literally he had the slowest trot around the bases I'd ever seen, and I think he actually was sitting there going, you know what? This is probably the best, slowest trot I've ever taken. It reminded me of running the 1.5 miles at Marco Forster for Mr. Hollis. I'm like, you know what? You want to do a 1.5 miles? Let's do it in 15 minutes then, Mr. Hollis or Mr. Ambrose. I'm all, we're doing it slow. We're going to do it sweet. We're going to take our time. It's going to be so good.
That wasn't, hey, if you're running a mile in 15 minutes, that means you're walking. You must be unhealthy.
I only ran it fast when I was dating the girl that ran it faster than anybody. She was like the cross-country champion of the school. I started dating for like 2 weeks. Her name was Ariane Harley, and she ran the 1.5 miles in like 9 minutes. And I'm like, dude, do I have to really do that? So I tried to keep up with her, and it was like 10 minutes
Who was
flat.
your teacher?
Either Mr. Hollis or Mr. Ambrose. I had one of them one year, one of them the next year.
This is you while you're. This is your teacher while you're waiting while you're doing the 15-minute mile.
I'm waiting.
Exactly. And then Mayor Matt says our voices are sweet like honey. He says sound like a golden honey, like a whole golden honey. It's like a Winnie the Pooh. He's like a sweet like honey. Like let me get a little.
Buy that for $1.
I'll definitely buy that for $1.
We miss you, Matt. We
appreciate
want you in
Matt.
here, baby. We want you in here bad.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you on the podcast. We need to see your beautiful face.
Yes, we only got one more week here with the finale, and then we're going to the podcast.
I'm assembling all the Avengers crew of the Jeffing Jeffrey Show universe.
The beginning game. We'll call it beginning game. Beginning game instead of end game. We'll call it the beginning.
The beginning game.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah, there's gonna be all the people that have been reoccurring co-hosts on the show.
Coin that phrase. Can we coin beginning?
The beginning game.
The beginning.
The beginning game. Let's take a little break.
Take 5.
We're actually again. We started off the hour with 20 minutes, no song. So let's just jump into a PSA. Yeah.
Do
I'm
it.
gonna do a little.
Oh, wow, is that a moose? What a majestic animal. I better get very close to it for a nice selfie. Oh, wait, now I'm being stomped to death, and here I am, a dumb ghost, reading you this PSA. Folks, believe it or not, people have this weird tendency to approach wild animals, especially ones that have the capability to injure or kill you. This actually happens in real life, so be sure to maintain a safe distance from wild animals, because guess what? They're scared, wild, and unpredictable. Brought to you by the Jeffing Jeffrey Association and the Jeffed Up Council.
My name's Jeff.
Gotta go. Gotta get low. Gotta get
That's
fast.
the joy of the Jeffrey, you see. It goes away, but then it comes back.
Yeah, we are back live on the Jeffing Jeffrey Show. It is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It's currently 6:25 p.m. I am, of course, your Chef Jeff, here to Jeff your evening up. And I got my co-host here, Mr. Adam Green.
So thank you for having me. Thank you very much. I'm so excited.
The answer.
The amount of sound effects. I love it. Okay, bring it. Thank you.
I'm just unloading them all because, I just have them here at the panel here.
It's the last one.
Squatting in here.
I love it. Bring it.
What was I going to say? Oh, I thought this. Have you heard of this hangover cure?
Oh, Sprite?
No, here, a study from the Institute of Chemical Technology in Mumbai found that a drink made of 65% pear juice, 25% lime juice, and 10% coconut water, makes sense, boosted alcohol metabolizing enzymes, ADH by 20, I'm kind of quoting this, so ADH by 23% and ALDH by 70%.
Dude, okay, so all they're doing is saying...
there's one more thing.
Oh, bring it.
So then also food. Cheese, tomato, and cucumber may also help the body process alcohol more efficiently.
All right, so that's pickles. Pickles and cheese. Because cheese, tomato, cucumber, it's like a little bit of pico de gallo, a little bit of...
What is cheese and tomato?
Cheese, tomato. So you want
oh, you're saying pickles. Gotcha. Yeah, the vinegar actually might be.
Totally.
They also say the study found that coffee was the worst idea for hangovers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It actually prolongs it.
It's the anxiety.
Yeah.
It brings the extra
so they say
hangover anxiety. Exactly.
They say white, green, or black tea helps a little.
That makes sense. That all makes sense. It's all dehydration from your brain. That's what the hangover is. It's like in your body and your brain. It's like everything's sitting there. It's like, I need more water. I need more salt.
Yeah.
There was the latest one. I don't know if I sent it to you, but they go, and this is like obviously part of it, but they said right when you're like, if you're having a heart attack and they're like, oh my gosh.
Oh, you cup it. You do the cup?
Well, no, check this out. That's rad. I want to hear about that. Tell me that next. But they say, they're like, stay away from salt. Salt will give you a heart attack. Salt's the worst thing for you. But first thing they do when you're having a heart attack is load you with saline, which is literally like a 10,000 milligrams of salt. Because they have to bring your heart back to wherever it needs to be, which is salt's necessity. Like your heart needs salt. So if you have healthy salt, not bad salt, like good salt, like
sea salt.
Yeah, sea salt or
pink
like,
Himalayan salt.
Exactly. Not the bad salt. Not like burger salt all day from A's Burgers.
But like fart salt.
Yeah, the good salt. the good salt is worth it, and the good salt will help you, and the good cholesterol will help you. But so what is the cupping?
Okay,
you're
so
saying?
I'll send the link to or the video to. But there's this Asian doctor.
Yeah.
So he says start with 9 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
When I'm having a heart attack?
9. No, this is to promote good blood health.
Okay.
It's also he says also it's supposed to be for people that might experience heart attacks.
All right.
But he says it's also good for even people that don't.
Okay.
So then you cup your hand like this.
Okay.
And you go like this 9 times on your left arm. And you hit it on the inner side of your elbow.
9 times?
9 times. I didn't count.
9.
And then you do 9 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And make sure you're cupping.
Yeah, I am.
Then you do 9 times in your armpit.
Really?
1, 2, 3,
Oh, so
4,
I gotta do this
5,
naked.
6, 7, 8,
Really
9.
shirtless.
I think you don't even have to do it shirtless.
Well, shirtless, so you
1,
get some good
2,
cups.
3, 4,
You want a little
5,
suction,
6,
too.
7, 8. You always want it to fart, right?
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No armpit farts. No, it makes sense.
No, so you do that 9 times in a row.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to promote like good blood.
I feel like I got like circulation now.
Yeah, I do too, right?
Yeah.
I've never actually tried it.
Okay, world, listen to that. I'm not even messing around. That actually worked. Tell them again, but you don't have to do it again. But just tell
So
them.
you do 9 claps.
9 claps with your hands.
Just in your hands. And then you're going to take your hand, you're going to cup it basically. You're going to hit the inner on
My
the opposite
dad
side
died
of your
of a
elbow.
heart attack, so I'm taking this seriously.
And then
so
you go
yes.
like that, you hit it. I'll send the link to you, the
That's
video.
rad. No, it makes sense.
And then
to
you
me.
do 9
You're
times
doing
on
it
your left
perfectly.
arm and you do right times on your so the opposite side of your elbow, I don't know what you would call the inner side of your elbow.
The interior.
The interior side of your elbow.
Yeah.
And then you hit your armpits 9 times cupped, and then you do that on both sides as well. And then you do that 9 times, and that's supposed to be a good exercise to keep the blood in a good flow state or something like that.
That makes sense. It's like loosens it up. It's like because you never know what's like coagulating in there. Like something might be sitting in there, and then, like maybe that's a place where you sleep and you bend your arms hard, or like you sleep on it, or maybe
It almost wakes you up a little bit too.
It totally did right there. That was gnarly, dude. Actually,
I could feel like I do a million push-ups.
I'm a new man.
I am.
But yeah, that was rad, dude. That was perfect.
I feel like 1,000
Very
high porns.
So yes. Okay, bring me some news. What do you got? Do it.
And I was looking at something. I thought maybe I was going to say something.
Not that. Not that. Not that I'm even looking at what you got, but not.
All right. Yellowstone. All right. Oh, wait.
Oh, not Yellowstone again. Jellystone.
The first bison attack of 2025.
Whoa.
Wait, let me do that one more time. The first bison attack of 2025. A 47-year-old man from Florida was gored by a bison near Lake Village on Sunday, but luckily escaped with only minor injuries.
Good.
Park officials say the visitor got too close. Duh.
Yes.
Something they warn about constantly. Bisons, they may look calm, but they can sprint up to 35 miles per hour and have injured more people in Yellowstone than any other animal.
You don't say, man. You don't say.
Yeah. This is literally why I do the moose PSA where the
Oh wow, is that a moose? What a majestic animal! I better get very close to it for a
See,
nice
my
selfie.
PSAs seem kind of grim and silly, but they mean actual truth. Because people actually
Folks, believe it or not,
do
people have
stupid
this
things like
weird
this where they approach a train or they get close, they want to do a selfie near a cliff, or they go up to wild animals that are scared and have the advantage on you.
We're trying to help your lives.
Trying to save your lives here, everyone. So the National Park Service, they highlight a few things. Stay away more than 25 yards from large animals, including bison, elk, moose, deer, and coyotes. I would say elk or moose are the worst. They're terrifying.
They're huge.
They're massive.
They're huge. But dude, also the funniest thing, the funniest fact I never actually knew was
bears also.
But dude, like buffaloes aren't even in North America. There's no buffalo here. It's all bison. It's bison. If you call them buffalo, you're completely wrong. And like that was the funniest thing about like
where the buffalo roam?
Dances with Wolves. No, Dances with Wolves. They're like Tatanka buffalo, Tatanka buffalo. It's like no, dude. There's bison here. There's no bison.
But
no
was
buffalo.
that? I mean, maybe they did some research where maybe it was confused that it was called buffalo, and they confused buffalo with bison.
Sure. Like Kevin Costner's always right, so I completely agree with that. But I'll tell you this. There are no buffalo in North America. It's all bison. You can look it up. It's like a Googleable Google.
Here's it again. So they say 25 yards away from large animals, including bison, elk, moose, deer, and coyotes, but then 100 yards away from bears and wolves.
Because they're fast, dude.
They're
like
so
35
fast.
miles an hour fast.
Yeah, these people that like, and it's crazy when you see those videos where they're like walking right past you.
Yeah.
Oh my, it's terrifying.
I don't. So what is it? Is it brown lay down and then black run the F away? I forgot what it is. Like,
I would say
no, brown
I
run
don't think
away.
you're gonna win no matter what.
Brown lay down, black turn
the brown
your back.
I think is the worst one.
No, brown. It is. So you're supposed to lay down. It's like the one on Revenant.
Play dead?
Like Revenant. You're supposed to lay down
Yeah.
and play dead. You're like, dude, just go ahead because you can't get away unless
There's
you're
no getting
unless
away.
you're Usain Bolt. You're like, I'm Usain
No.
Bolt. I can run 30 miles an hour. I will get away.
But their endurance doesn't last long. I think they get.
Usain Bolt could do it. I guarantee you,
He
Usain
might be able to
Bolt
do
could
it.
run away in his prime. In his prime.
Yeah,
Not now.
he might be able to get away. But like also bears have the advantage of running on dirt
like
and
that
stuff.
one,
But
yeah.
Usain Bolt running
Yeah.
on like dirt probably might not work out so well.
Right. What about 100 gorillas?
It says if an animal approaches, move away to maintain that distance. But I'm like, you don't want to. I don't think you want to turn your back on them.
Yes.
Yeah, bison are unpredictable and have injured more people than any other animal in the park. So just keep all that in mind when
Stay
you're being
away,
some
you
stupid,
guys. Don't be
dumb
idiots.
poo-poo brain.
Yeah, don't be poo-poo brains.
Don't be poo-poo brains, guys. Okay? You know, like you just think for when you're doing something. All right, let's get one more little newsy news.
Bring it.
Time for some Jeffy news.
California beers just dominated the global stage.
Really?
Let's give a little shout out to that.
Who are the girls you had on the show? Who were the girls you had on the show?
I had the Fiella sisters, Sophia and
what beer?
Bella Hanna. They own the Fiella Beer Company, and they distribute one flavor. It is the an organic Mexican style lager.
Nice. Is it good? How do you
Yeah,
like it?
it's good. I love it. It's great beer.
That's
It's like a
lot.
beer
I saw
that you
your
can
face.
like.
I saw your face. You looked down to the left. Down to the left. I saw you.
How dare you, sir? How dare
I'm just kidding.
you?
Jeffrey loves beer. I take that back. I'll take that
So
back.
yeah, they dominated the world stage, the global stage.
did say it was very
It's kind of
good.
weird
I'm
that it was
kidding.
ran in our own hood, though. At the 2025 World Beer Cup, often called it the Olympics of beer, 76 brews from the Golden State took home awards, including 6 gold medals right here in the greater LA area. Anaheim's Golden Road won for its popular Mango Cart, while Brewery X and Everywhere Brewery also struck gold with their IPAs. LA Arts District Brewing, Claremont Craft Ales, and San Fernando Brewing Company each earned top honors too. The international competition held in Indianapolis featured over 8,000 beers from 49 countries. So it's kind of a big deal. So let's give a little shout out to California. Let's give a little shout out to California for making the best beer. I wonder how Germany feels about that, because like Germany is like known for the beer.
Yeah. Well, they have the beer fest. They have Domva's Rog.
They're the reason why there's beer in Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wait, which beer? What do you mean? Oh,
Cer-
you mean like
Cerveza-
legendarily?
Cerveza beer, any Cerveza beers, it's a German
They
style.
brought it there?
Yeah, they brought it there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were they drinking before? Just tequila?
I don't know. I mean,
Tequila
it's a good
has to
question.
be from Mexico, right?
I mean,
It's
I would-
agave. It's agave.
It's
plant.
agave. I don't know exactly the history of like maybe they didn't know like how to take the out of agave to make it into tequila. I don't know.
I don't either.
Who brought that idea?
We're gonna have to look it up.
We're gonna have to
yes.
look this
We're gonna
up.
have to look it up. AI generated.
Well, let's take a little break.
Take 5.
This is a little.
It's gonna be a rad song.
This is like a remix
Hit us hard.
by Tiesto. So stay
Looks like
tuned.
my brother. Looks like my brother.
Yeah, he does look like your brother. Stay tuned. You're on live on the Jeffing Jeffrey Show. I love you all, babies.
That's the joy of the Jeffrey, you see. It goes away, but then it comes back.
Name the movie. Name the movie.
Name the movie.
Name
Hey,
the movie.
call in.
Get him back
name
to
the
the
movie.
Greek. Get him back to the Greek. Is that what it is?
Get her to the Greek.
Get her to the Greek.
Get her to the Greek. You know what I always thought?
Is it her? Get her to the Greek.
They should do like a female version, or like a female pop star, rock star. Like
Like
have
Rose
Miley Cyrus be the main. Have,
she would love that.
Have her be the main.
Yeah.
And they have to get her to, what's
Hollywood Bowl, baby?
Hollywood Bowl
Yeah.
or something cool, like that. I think that would be such a good movie.
They could do it again.
And they could bring back Jonah Hill.
They could do it again.
They probably can't bring the other guy. He's canceled.
Exactly. Canceled. But yeah, exactly. That's fine. That sounds great. I'm in. Wait, Russell Brand's canceled?
Russell Brand started talking too much about
politics,
conspiracy, and politics, and then all of a sudden, hey, guess what? We're going to cancel you.
You've been canceled.
They're like,
sorry,
oh, guess what? This very clip,
It's so true,
Vince McMahon
though.
got canceled, but he's a freak.
So, is that Vince McMahon's voice?
Yeah.
That's rad.
But it's still such a usable.
I know.
Still usable.
Dude, it's rad.
People still listen to Michael Jackson, even though he was kind of a weirdo.
Some people are canceled. Some people are still utilized for the sound effects.
Utilized. What are we?
Sound effects. What are we clicking at? We got 14 minutes left to be amazing. We can do 14 minutes of amazing.
We can do 14 minutes of amazing. Let's do another news.
Bring it.
News. Ticketmaster will now display full ticket prices up front following a new federal rule banning hidden, quote-unquote, junk fees. The Biden administration's crackdown took effect Monday, requiring businesses to disclose all charges, including processing and cleaning fees. Ticketmaster, long criticized for unclear pricing and online glitches, says it supports the charge and will also provide real-time updates during long waits. The move comes amid ongoing backlash over dynamic pricing and website issues affecting fans of artists like Taylor Swift and Bruce Springsteen. Rival platform SeatGeek has also adopted all-in pricing. The FTC and DOJ continue investigating the industry for anti-competitive practices.
Dude, our boy.
And I love that.
Our boy McMahon, I'm pretty sure, was a massive advocate to shut that down. And so, it could all be there. So they could all see all the prices. But at the same time, when he was doing it, he's like, dude, so, if he's at House of Blues, let's hypothetical numbers. He's like, dude, House of Blues. He's all, my ticket's $50 to get in the House of Blues. But then House of Blues is like $25 for this, $15 for that, $8 for this, $7 for that. He's like, dude, don't make it look like it's my actual fees to go to my show, that it's another, it becomes $118. He's like, let them know that it's only $50 to come to my show. So I'm pretty sure, McMahon, if you're listening, Andrew McMahon's one of our old school friends.
So shout out to Andrew McMahon.
Andrew McMahon! Which is something corporate.
One of the best parties I've ever been to when I was 19.
Oh my gosh, that was so good at his house. I was passing along with a Bacardi bottle in my hand. But yes, it was just it was, something corporate, and then Jack's Mannequin, and then Andrew McMahon of the Wilderness, and they did so well. They're still going. They're still exploding. And then now they're going back to something corporate, and they're doing 3 pianos, which means all the bands together. Anyways. But yes, dude, I think that's what he's doing, is going, dude, you have to at least say that this is what I'm charging to see my show. And then there's this other charge that you guys are charging to see this thing. Because, dude, it's not fair to make it look like, dude, I'm, something corporate and you're charging, $120 to see me. Dude, I'm only $50 to see at House of Blues.
But also,
Enjoy.
I think do you think they're going a little bit above and beyond on what fees they are charging at the venue?
That's what I'm saying.
Because some of the fees are probably a little silly.
They're insane.
Yeah, I think they should also maybe on the effect of that, when they have to list all of the prices, what they're charging, we probably shouldn't show that. That's why they're not showing it. So maybe they should remove it because they're guilty on that charge, and they should stop removing. Oh, we have to do a think of a fee that's so ridiculous. I can't even think of one, but you know what I'm saying.
Right. No, it's exactly like when you sell a hotel room. And you're like, hey, and you got to pay resort fees too. It's like, what do you mean? I'm going to your hotel. Why do I have to pay something called resort fees? I'm already going to the resort.
Or how about this? A booking fee. It's like, I reserved this online. Like, what did anyone do except your website?
What did you do?
Your
Exactly.
website already managed it. Like,
Yes.
you don't have to do anything.
So yes, it's all baloney fees. All this is because they paid for their website, which cost a couple bucks, but it's not costing $19 per human to do it. It's honestly costing them 10 cents per human to do it. It's a ripoff, man.
Yeah, I'm glad it's like I often will look at like baseball tickets and you'll see the same exact thing, or any sporting event, and it's the same exact process. They got to stop doing that. Just stop.
And our live fact checkers, Brian Navarro, shout out to Brian Navarro. He says Pearl Jam was one of the first to ban Ticketmaster and their fees. He goes, dude, we're not doing it anymore. They're done.
I bet you Tool does something like that. I bet you Tool does something like that too.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. That's so rad. Eddie Vedder knows, dude.
Yeah.
Knows.
Throws Ohana Fest. Let's give a shout out to Ohana Fest.
Dude, are we going again? That was the coolest.
Dude, I want to
thing.
go. I want to go Sunday
please.
because like
Can
the
we
list
go?
of. Hey, you know who to ask. You know how to ask.
I'm asking right now.
No, I know. Well,
Next
I
weekend?
wasn't able to get a list of.
was
I mean,
insane.
that was like the one time I was able. The tickets were offloaded to me.
Yeah.
But last year we were that didn't happen. But like that was cool that I was able to hook it up 2 Ohanas ago.
That was rad.
Yeah, that was
What
yeah,
was
it was
last
cool.
year? Wait, I thought that was last year.
No, it wasn't.
Oh my gosh, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy
Or
macaroni
no,
and
year and a
cheese.
half ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was when the
Who was last
Killers.
year then?
Let me think here. Sting
Wow.
was there. I saw Sting
Pass.
for like 15. Me and Drew saw Sting for like 15 minutes.
Pass.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like yeah. I
don't care about
So
Sting.
we saw Idols and I saw Alanis Morissette.
Oh, I love Alanis Morissette.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous. By the way,
I love her.
Let's do another random. I thought this was interesting. After 53 years in orbit, a failed Soviet Venus
here it comes.
lander has finally returned to Earth. Cosmos 482 launched back in 1972 was supposed to reach Venus, but got stuck in Earth's orbit after a rocket malfunction. Early Friday morning, it re-entered the atmosphere and it likely splashed somewhere in the Indian Ocean, though reports vary on the exact location. Built to survive Venus's harsh conditions, it may have come down in one piece. Its fall highlights growing concerns over space junk as re-entries like this are becoming more common with today's satellite boom, and experts warn that could spell future trouble for Earth. I just thought it was interesting. It's like, it reminds me of that, remember that drone that they get in Interstellar?
Yes.
It's like, it's kind of funny how that, I mean, I'm not really, it's not as bad as you think, but, that's kind of scary where it could have just landed anywhere on Earth, but our Earth is covered like, what, in 80% water?
Yeah.
So
There's a good chance it's gonna land there.
Yeah.
But like, dude, okay, so you ever seen Wall-E? You ever seen Wall-E, the
Yes.
Disney cartoon? And like you see, like Earth used to look like it had no satellites, and now we're just covered in satellites. And we look like we honestly have freaking trash everywhere. Freaking trash everywhere. And you're like, dude, why do we have so much space trash? But at the same time, if you're in space, you're not going to see another satellite because there's so much space in space. It's not like
it's
there's
like
that
even more
much.
like thinking about a more round Earth.
Even if there's 1 million satellites, it's not a lot of satellites. There's so many, much space out there.
But think of and also think of wherever level they're floating at, like whatever atmosphere they're floating at. Thinking about a larger surface area than Earth.
Yes. So then
the actual Earth.
If these things are really going to come crashing back down, that's kind of embarrassing that we didn't do like a self-destruct mode on these where they just blow up and they can just crash down softly. So embarrassing. Get it together, NASA, JPL,
Well,
Russia,
this is Soviet.
China. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody.
All of them. Get it together, blow them up. You should be able to blow them up. No problem. So super embarrassing that you guys didn't think of that. And I'm sitting here in 2025 thinking of that
dorks.
now. Yeah. Get it together, man.
More space news.
Space News does, man, because that's
News. Planning on moving to Mars? Soon, a new study warns that humans can only safely stay on Mars for up to 4 years before cosmic radiation becomes deadly. Unlike Earth, Mars lacks a protective magnetic field, leaving astronauts exposed to harmful rays from the sun and deep space. Researchers from UCLA and MIT recommend scheduling missions during the sun's solar maximum, when increased solar activity helps block some of that radiation. With current technology, a round trip to Mars could be done in under 2 years, well within the safety window. As space agencies plan future missions, timing and radiation shielding are now mission critical for astronaut survival. That, which was interesting. Never once mentioned in The Martian. And those are actually pretty accurate depiction.
He was there about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there about 2 years.
No, it was 2 years of them getting back to him.
Right. So about
How long were they there before that, though? And how long did it take for them to get there?
A couple months. And but they were there. It took them about a year to get there. It took them about, I think,
oh yeah, because it's like a year.
Months.
Yeah.
8 months to get there, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But dude, I know. I can't imagine.
We just have to go to the fact that we got to appreciate this one planet we got.
I know. Here's my weird comparison. I had my house painted this weekend, it was the last couple days.
It's a weird,
and
interesting comparison.
I had 2 days. I know. I had 2 days of where I could not see out the windows of the house unless we walked outside the house, and so it actually drove me nuts. I don't know how I would do if I couldn't see outside or get outside or do any of that stuff. And my dog's going crazy. My kids want to party. I want to party. As in party, just go outside.
Yeah. That literally happened to me when they had to painted all our condos.
It's so hard.
And I only have front and back windows. They closed that up, and then they had to stop for whatever it was, rain or whatever it was. I ripped down the plastic.
You have to.
I was going nuts.
Forget it. You're forget it. It's too much work, dude. And it's too much work on your patience. You're I'm not doing that on my patience. I didn't stand up for this, or I didn't buy into this. I'm not doing it. So yes, I completely understand. What a rip.
No, such a rip.
Such a rip.
Yeah, no, I have a nice little balcony view of a little valley.
Gorgeous view of the sunrise.
Yeah, and it's a bummer when you can't experience that. I was going nuts. After a while, they weren't doing it for a couple weeks. I'm I'm ripping this ish down.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to put up with that.
Take it down. I couldn't take it down because I was dude, paint it perfect or else.
One more news.
Yes.
Or study or whatever. Dogs are entering a third wave of domestication.
Ooh.
I wish I had a woof woof.
I'll take an ooh on that.
Ooh. This time shaped by our modern lifestyle. New research from Sweden's, Linköping University shows that unlike their ancestors bred for work, today's dogs are being selected for traits like, guess what? Friendliness, calmness, and adaptability to urban living. That's why the dogs are getting smaller. The shift is even changing dogs biologically with higher oxytocin levels, the bonding hormone, especially in service breeds. Scientists say this rapid evolution turning dogs into ideal emotional support companions. The study suggests training pets more like service dogs could strengthen the human-canine bond, making your furry friends even better suited to live in today's hormones. First wave was 30,000 years ago. Wolves selected for tameness around human camps. Second wave was intentional breeding for a specific task.
I love dogs, and my dog sleeps in my crotchal area during the night. She's about 9 pounds, and she's so sweet, and I will let her sleep there until the minute one of us dies.
For me, I can't stand animals sleeping between my legs because I'm like a twister.
Well, no,
I move around.
Yeah, no, I'm on my side, and she's in my region. And I'm
But do you ever have to make shift positions?
Sure, and then she just moves. She's cool, that sounds good, and because she's I'm good with that, and she'll go, and sometimes I honestly will go to the restroom and I'll come back and she's only head out and under the blankets. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's like waiting for you
Yeah,
to like.
she's just like waiting. She's like,
back.
I'm your furry wife. And I'm like, okay, cool, dude. I'm
All
like,
right,
if that's
bro.
what you want to do. I'm like, you shred like that.
Well, let's give a shout out to dogs.
Shout out to dogs on that.
Little explosion.
She's the best.
Let's get a little aw. Let's get a. I'll buy that for $1.
Buy it for $1.
Well, let's wrap this show up.
Do it.
This is the second to last show being done at Saddleback. Does not mean the show is over. I'm gonna keep going like a crazy person. Do it from home. I bought all this crazy equipment that it's gonna be. Green is dancing right now.
I've got to pee, man.
Oh, he's got to go pee pee. He's got to go pee pee like
I'm
a big
holding
boy.
it in hard, man. Let's do it.
All right.
But no, do it. Keep going. You're going to do it from home. We're going to do it. I'm going to be there.
Yeah, he was
gonna
there for the
shred.
first test. It's now starting to get
good.
better. Ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely evening. Take care of yourselves. Be healthy. Be nice to other people. Get some good rest. Eat some good food. I say maybe try not to eat so much breads and sugars.
More broccoli, more asparagus.
More meat.
Zucchinis.
I'm a big meat
meats,
eater, but if you don't want, not everybody can eat the same thing.
Salmon.
Everybody's blood is different.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep saying more things because Green is suffering right now. I'm gonna torture him. Anyways, I love you all, and of course.
Go Jeff yourself.
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 And of course, go Jeff yourself.
Also, please don't forget to go Jeff yourself.